Hey YouTube, what's going on? Lionheart here, and on today's video, I want to chat about my first impressions of Eula. In the background of this video, you're going to see me clear almost every boss in the current version of Genshin Impact with Eula at Constellation 0 using an R1 Song of Broken Pines. She will be either solo or supported by Zhongli to minimize boosts from team comps and other characters. I'll also show her total stats at the end of the video. If you find anything here helpful, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel as it helps me out a lot. Okay, so here's the deal with Eula. She is the new strongest physical damage dealer in Genshin, period. Her basic combo feels absolutely incredible, and it chains really well with her tap elemental skill, allowing you to create a constant normal attack chain without animation canceling by sprint or jumping. This is like pretty amazing for a Claymore character, and if you spent any meaningful time with other Claymore characters, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's normally a lot of hit lag or just post-fire lag on a normal attack chain that you either need to jump out of or dash out of to quickly resume your normal combo. For Eula, you're not going to have that problem. All right, so let's jump into the rotations. So there are two rotations you're going to use for Eula. The first is your normal rotation, which you'll use on like non-boss enemies, and you'll also use it on some bosses. And then there's another rotation that applies when your elemental burst is available. Okay, for the normal rotation, here's how it's going to go. You're going to tap your elemental skill. You're going to do a full normal attack combo. You're going to tap your elemental skill again, do another full normal attack combo, and then press and hold your elemental skill. Why are you going to do it this way? Well, first, your normal attack combo is going to take you about 4 seconds to complete. And the elemental skill on tap has a 4-second cooldown. So if you're trying to maximize your damage output, you're really going to want to just always kind of rotate in a full normal attack combo when you can in between your elemental skills. The other thing to think about is that each time you tap the elemental skill, you're going to attain a stack of Grimheart, and you can only hold 2 stacks of Grimheart. So you want to hold those 2 stacks, and then when you do your press and hold, it will unleash them and do more damage and give you a better benefit. So that's the reason why you need to do 2 taps before you do a press and hold. You also want to open with a tap, because if you're running 4-set Pale Flame, that tap is going to activate your extra damage, right? You need to activate the set to get the extra 25% physical damage as well as the 18% attack. And so you need to be doing your tap, right? It's like super important. So so tap elemental skill, right, to activate the set. And then your normal attack combo, tap again, right, to keep the set active, another normal attack combo, and then press and hold, which will keep the set active. And then unfortunately that's going to trigger for C0 players a 10-second cooldown, so you will lose the set bonus for a period of about 3 seconds. It's not too long, but just something to keep in mind. Okay, the combo changes if your elemental burst is up. Tap your elemental skill, use your elemental burst, and then press and hold your elemental skill. This is a much shorter combo. There are no normal attacks as part of this combo. Why do you do it this way? Well, first you tap the elemental skill to make sure that you're keeping Pale Flame active, right? And also you want to get a stack of Grimheart. And then you're going to use your elemental burst, and your elemental burst actually resets the cooldown on your elemental skill thanks to one of her talents. You know, obviously have to have her leveled up to enable that talent, but everybody will have that talent, right, if you have Eula. And so you'll actually reset the cooldown, and you'll also gain a stack of Grimheart. Remember, you can only have 2 stacks of Grimheart. So once you use your elemental burst, you're now at max stats of Grimheart, and your elemental skill is available again. So you press and hold it, right, to detonate those stacks of Grimheart and also get its benefit. And then you start doing your normal combo again, right? Normal attack. And then you actually won't be able to use your elemental skill right away at C0. But if you have Constellation 2, you'll be able to go right back into your normal combo, right? Attack, 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 tap, attack, 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 tap, right? Attack, 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 press and hold, right? If you're not C2, right, if you're a C0 player, then you're going to have some downtime, right? And you're just going to use normal attacks to try and build up that damage on your ultimate, your elemental burst. And then once that unleashes, you can go back to your normal combo. Okay? Listen, you don't need constellations to dominate content with her. As you can see in this video, she is plenty strong at C0. And don't let whales like me bait you into spending more than you can afford on her, all right? That said, her constellations do increase her overall damage output by quite a bit. Without crunching the numbers, I saw about a 3 times difference in the elemental burst damage from C0 to C6, and slightly higher damage everywhere else. Now, before you get too concerned, you should know that I was still able to achieve over 100,000 damage on her elemental burst with no other characters on my team, no elemental resonance, only level 6 talents, and an R1 weapon, okay? I was also able to defeat Stormterror in 1 rotation, so I really don't think there is anything in the game today that needs the extra power she packs with constellations. But, you know, if you're trying to future-proof her, or she's just really the character you like, or you're just that kind of a player, right? I could totally understand, but I don't want like people who are free to play or low spenders to overextend themselves on one character. Like, really be honest with yourself and think about the joy you get from playing a new character versus the joy you get of playing a character that's just a little bit stronger, but at their base strength can already beat everything. You see what I'm saying? I just don't want you to like bait yourself, okay? She's great, and she definitely is stronger with constellations. They are all focused on like improving her damage output for the most part, but yeah, just something to keep in mind. Actually, not for the most part. I think they are actually. I think all 6 of them just improve her damage output. So yeah, kind of similar to well, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So okay, listen. She's great. She packs extra power with the constellation, but she's good at C0. So if you're a low spender or you're free to play, you can be comfortable with C0, and I was able to clear all the content in the game with her at C0. Hey, look, it's also worth noting, by the way, that Genshin is a game focused on elemental reactions, and the physical elemental reactions are actually pretty limited. You have Shatter and Superconduct, which are both getting buffed in the next version of the game, but for the moment are pretty lackluster when it comes to damage, right? Superconduct's good for the shred, right? But the damage Superconduct does itself when triggered is low, and same thing with Shatter. So I do think they're getting a pretty nice buff in the next patch, but we don't know exactly how that's going to fall. And you can look up resources that are available right now to figure out what exactly that means. All right, with all that considered, look, Eula is a lot of fun to play. She's built around delayed reactions and careful rotations. We talked about the rotations, but the delayed reaction component makes her feel quite a bit different from a lot of the other characters who have fairly linear and instantaneous damage playstyles. So like, what do I mean by delayed? Well, okay, you can't just activate her press and hold whenever you want, like you can with some other characters, right? You need to do some stuff to build up your Grimheart to be able to use it, right? When you activate her elemental burst, you're not going to get the benefit of a Lightfall sword right away, right? There's a build up time. There's things you have to do to build it. So all of her like bigger damage is delayed. It's not going to just be available to you, right? You have to be careful how you play her. You have to build up to it. You have to be intelligent about when you use it so you don't use it at a bad time. So she's a higher skill cap character, but she also gives some pretty amazing rewards for that higher skill cap, I guess, is how I would think about it. Anyway, the delayed reward from charging her Grimheart stacks or building up a Lightfall sword, you know, it's probably not going to be for everyone, but it's definitely unique and interesting, which I think is pretty refreshing of MiHoYo to do. If you're a whale and you're excited about physical damage playstyle, I think you can feel good about investing in her, but I would also make sure you enjoy the extra effort it takes to play her correctly. Her breakpoints for constellations are C1, C2, and C6. C1 provides a nice physical damage steroid. C2 reduces her press and hold elemental skill cooldown, which enables 100% uptime for the 4-step Pale Flame bonus, and it also allows you to rotate right back into the normal combo after doing the elemental burst combo. And her C6 just greatly increases her damage potential on her elemental burst. So yeah, just boom, right? Look, you should feel comfortable stopping at any of those points if you're going for constellations, and of course you could stop at the ones in between, but I don't think they're probably as good of breakpoints for you to push the extra money into to stop at. All right, moving along, let's chat about the question of the day. Should you roll for Song of Broken Pines, or Claymore that's currently featured on the weapon banner? All right, the short answer is yes, but only if you want Aquila Favonia, as there is no guarantee that spending even $5,000 will get you Song of Broken Pines. Now look, I'll admit, at first I recommended against rolling for this weapon, as I was told by others that its passive did not stack with other millennial movement weapons like Elegy. However, I tested it in co-op after stream today, and the weapons actually do stack, just not in single player. While this is a huge bummer for when you play alone, it resolves my concerns about the weapon creating social issues in co-op grouping. It also has some pretty wild stats. At 741 base attack, which is over 100 more than Wolf's Gravestone, 20% physical damage bonus, and extra attack percent and attack speed bonuses based on refinement. And some of those are shared team-wide, right, in co-op, and some of those are personal. Some of the attack bonus is personal on the weapon, okay? Look, given my entire bias against this weapon was based on early reports that it didn't stack, and seeing that those reports are not true in co-op, I am changing my opinion on the weapon and recommending it to anyone who is financially able to pull on the weapon banner. However, remember, you don't have a failsafe for weapons like you do for characters. We've seen a lot of high-profile content creators in the past pull on weapon banners and lose thousands of dollars without getting the weapon they want. You need to be comfortable with both options on the banner and understand the risk associated with spending your Primo gems there. It doesn't matter how much you want this Claymore, you could only draw Aquila Favonia. It is definitely possible. So just please, like, I don't want you to debate yourself. Understand what you're saving for, understand what you value. If you only have enough Primo gems to roll on this weapon banner or get another character, don't roll on the weapon banner, right? Save for character is going to bring you more joy. There are a lot of good 4-star weapon options, and I'll be testing those on stream tomorrow and over the coming days. Okay, so yeah, just please don't overextend yourself on the weapon banners. They're very dangerous. There's no guarantee of getting what you want. But for those of you who are the whales, right, who are willing to roll crazy, or if you're not a whale but you're still willing to roll crazy, the weapon is pretty good. Okay, for artifact sets, you have two options for Eula. First is 4-set Pale Flame, which is what I'm running in this video, and second is 2-set Pale Flame, 2-set Bloodstained, which is much easier to maintain but provides 18% less attack. If you don't have either one, you can also consider running 4-set Gladiators or 4-set Snow Swap Memory, but I think you're giving up a lot of damage if you go that route. You'll want to use a crit rate circlet and a physical damage goblet. The reason is there's not a lot of Claymores that offer crit rate, and before somebody leaves a comment, what about the Battle Pass Claymore? Please stop using shield Claymores on characters that can't self-shield. What are you going to do in co-op? You're going to be disadvantaged. Build the character for the way they are, okay? But look. There's not good crit rate Claymores available in the game right now for non-shielding characters. So you're almost always going to want to run crit rate as your circlet, regardless of which weapon you're running, okay? And physical damage goblet, of course, because she's a physical character, right? That's her role. The Sands is a bit more tricky, however. If you're running Eula without another Cryo character and without an energy recharge weapon like Skyward Pride, then I recommend an energy recharge Sands, as her elemental burst is very expensive at 80 costs. However, if you run her with another Cryo character to act as a battery for her, or if you run her with an energy recharge weapon, then you could probably opt for an attack Sands to further boost your damage output. And that's it. That's everything you need to know about Eula. Look, if you learned something new, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And know that I publish content about Genshin Impact each week, along with other games I'm playing. And you can always count on me to provide you with my current, honest opinion on the games I'm playing. Before you go, let me summarize everything we've discussed one more time. Eula is good at C0, and for free-to-play or budget players, you really don't need to pull any farther, as she can already defeat all the hardest content in the game with ease. For spenders, her constellations add a lot of extra damage and have numerous breakpoints that support different player budgets. Her weapon is actually pretty good and stacks with other weapons from the Millennial Movement, but only in co-op gameplay and not in single player. Hopefully that's a bug that MiHoYo fixes in the future. For artifacts, do your best to build around 4-set Pale Flame or a mix and match with Pale Flame and Bloodstain. All the pieces are fixed except the Sands, which will depend on your team comp and weapon choice. Make sure you also learn about and practice her correct rotations, which I explained earlier in the video. Last but not least, take a minute to hit the like and subscribe to help me out, you know, because you're awesome. And that's it. Hopefully this video helps you a bunch with Eula. If you want to see live gameplay of her maxed out on Twitch at C6 with an R5 weapon, feel free to drop by my channel, and I've included a link to that in the description below. Also, stick around for my build and stats on Eula as I used her in this video. I hope you have a wonderful time playing Genshin Impact, and I'll see you on the next video. Hey, by the way, did you know that Spark Owl likes bananas with chocolate sprinkles? Pretty cool.
No, you don't have to say those words again. Oh no, and you don't have to go and explain yourself, 'cause I ain't gonna listen. Yeah, all you wanted was a souvenir to remember it all. Yeah, you tore it apart down to every last piece. Yeah, a souvenir, another story to tell. And I gotta know how to find happiness in the wrong place, 'cause it never ends. It's there in no ways, it's evident. You never change for our sake. Baby, I can't just see we're falling now. Your little black book ran out of pages. 'Cause if you're gonna take it all, then baby, don't waste it. You only want it if you know you're gonna break it. Just another souvenir for the take, yeah. Just take it. Baby, just take it. No, you don't have to say those words again. Oh no, and you don't have to. No, you don't have to go and explain yourself, 'cause I ain't gonna listen. Yeah, all you wanted was a souvenir to remember the fall. To go and tell your friends you were there for it all. A souvenir, just a little postcard for the road. And I just gotta know how to find happiness in the wrong place, 'cause it never ends. It's there in all ways, it's evident. You never change for our sake. Baby, I can't just see we're falling now. Your little black book ran out of pages. 'Cause if you're gonna take it all, then baby, don't waste it. You only want it if you know you're gonna break it. Just another souvenir for the take, yeah. Just take it. Baby, just take it.
Eye for an eye.
Just another souvenir for the ride. That's the way it goes.
Shut up.
Just take it.